Hey guys, it's Julia, and today I'm going to be doing my September 2015 book haul. Now that I work in a bookstore, it's harder to restrain myself from buying the books. I have 9 books to show you this month, which for me is quite a substantial amount compared to what I usually used to buy, but I guess this is kind of now getting the norm, which is not good because I need to save money. So the first book that I have is The Girl on the Train by Paula Hawkins. This book has been getting a lot of praise recently, especially at the bookstore I work at. There are so many copies of this book, and this book is a staff pick, an Indigo recommends, a Heather's pick, you know, all those crazy things. So this book is about this girl named Rachel, and she takes the same commute train to work every day. So she's very used to seeing the same old houses and suburbs, and more specifically, the same couple that is always breakfasting on their patio each day. Then one day on her commuter train, zooming by, she sees something shocking that happens on the patio, but she only has a couple seconds to see it before the commuter train keeps going. So Rachel goes and offers her help to the police, and she becomes intertwined in this big case and investigation, and she starts to wonder if what she's doing is doing any good or if it's actually doing the opposite. And this book sounds so interesting. I have been so intrigued by this book. The next book that I have today is Grey by E.L. James, which is 50 Shades of Grey retold in Christian's point of view, in case you did not know. A friend who has read this book and the 50 Shades trilogy has actually told me some cool things about this book and about how it's more interesting because it's almost like a whole new story because it's from Christian's point of view, so you get to see his motives and his perspective on all the things that happen in this book. And obviously there are some pretty controversial topics in this book, but I think reading it from Christian's point of view and reading why he's doing that at this point and learning more about his past is going to be very interesting. The next book that I have is The Iron Trial by Cassandra Clare and Holly Black. I actually went to a book signing for the release of the second book, which I do not have, which I'm planning to get. I got it signed by the two authors themselves. If you want to see my full story time on that, I will link it down below for you to check out. I did an entire video on my experience, so I'm not going to talk about it here now. This book is about this boy named Callum Hunt, and he has been told by his father for many, many years that magic is bad and he should not get involved with it. It is a dangerous thing that he should not be a part of. So he has to take this test to see if he goes to the magisterium, which is basically like this magic school place. So Callum obviously does not want to go, so he decides to try hard to fail his test. And he in fact fails so badly that the magisterium takes notice of him and decides to bring him in as a student. So it's all about him and his adventures at the magisterium, and I'm super excited to read this because I really enjoy both of these authors' writing styles, and I just think it sounds super interesting, and I can't wait to get to this one and the sequel as well. The next book that I have is very big and a very anticipated release for me, and it is Queen of Shadows by Sarah J. Maas, which is the 4th book in the Throne of Glass series. Earlier this year I read Throne of Glass and I was obsessed. I went out and bought the next 2 books immediately, and I read the second one. I haven't read the third one yet, but I really need to because I love this series so much. It is incredible. It is beautifully written. It's this intricate world. It's this crazy plot line. You guys gotta read it. You have to read it. It's amazing. Basically, the plot line of the first book is there is this assassin named Selena Sardothian, and she is in this kind of death camp prison, and then she gets pulled out by this prince to be his champion for his father's competition to find his own personal assassin. So it's kind of all about that, and there's magic involved in ways, and it's just a really, really intense, amazing read. And this is the 4th book in the series. It's huge. Do you see this? And it's beautiful. The next book that I have is The Blackthorn Key by Kevin Sands. And it can't just be me that when I saw The Blackthorn Key, I thought of like Emma Blackthorn and all of them from the Mortal Instruments. This story is about a boy named Christopher Rowe, and he works in this apothecary, and his life is perfectly normal and he loves what he's doing until this one day when he gets a very cryptic message and it kind of turns his world upside down. Then this mysterious cult begins to prey on the area around the Blackthorn apothecary shop, and this boy must use his skills and what he's developed to find this key. And this is a powerful, terrible key that has the power to like end the world, and I want to know like more about this book. This book sounds so cool. I've been so into fantasy lately that I'm super excited to read this. I literally say I'm so excited about every book. I'm sorry, but I actually am. Next book that I have is The Bling Ring by Nancy Jo Sales. It is the true story that inspired the Sofia Coppola movie, which actually starred Emma Watson, which is why I watched it. Let's not kid ourselves here. I love Emma Watson. This book is the true accounts of these 6 teenagers who lived in LA, and they just went and burglarized all of these top famous celebrities' houses. And it's their accounts and like what happened and the events that occurred. And if you haven't seen the movie is really, really cool. The way it's shot is actually really cool because there's a lot of shots that are from really far back and you're just kind of watching what's happening. But the movie is really good. It's on Netflix. I recommend it. It's only rated like 2 stars or something, but I really enjoyed it. And the last books that I have today are some of the ones that have probably been the most anticipated for me getting for a really long time. I just waited a long time, and then finally I was just like, you need to get these books, Julia. You need them in your life. And they are the Infernal Devices trilogy by the one and only Cassandra Clare, and I'm gonna drop them, so hold on, just take a quick look at their beautiful spines. Like, do you see these? That trilogy includes Clockwork Angel, Clockwork Prince, and Clockwork Princess. Yes, I got the new covers. Aren't they pretty? I wasn't sure about them at first, but like in real life, I'm like obsessed. They're these beautiful, beautiful things, and I want them. I love them. I just can't get over the fact that I have these books. I actually read Clockwork Angel a while back, and I actually made a book talk for it, but it's a really bad book talk, so don't go looking for it. I did read it and I loved it, but I just didn't pick up the second one, which was really weird. And it's been like a couple of years since I read that, so obviously I need to reread them. I'm just so excited to read this entire series because Cassandra Clare's writing is just so good. We did the Mortal read-along and it was just such a good time. I just needed more. So that was my September book haul. I hope you guys enjoyed. Leave a comment down below if you got any really cool books this month, or if any of these books that I have here sound cool to you as well. I hope you guys are having an amazing start to the school year and had an amazing September. I love you guys so much, and I will see you guys in my next video. Bye!